Shawn Rhodes, and I'm here today to describe to you the reasons why you cannot afford to not have a coach in your life. All right? I mean, seriously, you need one. Here are the reasons why. Can you think back on your lifetime and remember the people that had a positive impact on you? Perhaps when you were a little kid, it was a parent who gave you the encouragement, the advice that you needed at that key moment to allow you to go out there and meet new friends, or on that first day of school in that new classroom? Can you remember perhaps a teacher that took you aside throughout your education, perhaps many teachers, who gave you the one-on-one time that you needed in order to really become an expert in that subject or to excel in that athletic sport you were involved in? More recently, can you remember friends who you were just chatting with, but out of nowhere offered you that piece of insight that you needed in order to make that major life decision, in order to be a better person? Well, each of those was a mentor, a type of coach in your life. And I'm here today to tell you that that relationship does not have to end. So you may be thinking to yourself, Shawn, I'm not really a failure in anything so far. I've got a job, I'm in a relationship, I'm doing good, right? Why do I need a coach? Well, it's not just people that are failing at anything that need a coach. Some of the most successful people in the world in every industry rely on coaches in order to make them even more successful. If you think of Tiger Woods, arguably one of the most successful golfers in the world, relies on a coach to give him that extra bit of insight he needs on game day in order to be the best. If you think of actors, award-winning actors and actresses like Reese Witherspoon and Jeff Bridges, they rely on a voice coach that even Toastmasters International supports, named Roger Love, in order to be able to sing, to use their acting ability in new ways so that they can reach out and do things that they never thought possible in order to win that Oscar, in order to win the adoration of their fans. These people, successful individuals, rely on coaches in their life to be better. So you may be thinking to yourself, well, that's all great for them, but let's talk about the business world. How does this have to do with me and my business today? Well, there are many studies out there that expound on the way that coaches can become an intricate part of your business life in order to help you be more successful. A Manchester Consulting Group study went out and interviewed more than 600 executives at Fortune 100 companies to say, what is the return on investment that you've gotten from using a coach in your executive career? And they found that it was a 6-to-1 return. So for $100,000 invested in executive coaching, these executives on their own turned out more than 6 times the amount of profit they were doing before. That's a pretty good figure. But you'd say, all right, I'm not an executive, I'm a middle-level manager, or I'm working on the line. What do I do in order to get better? How do I use a coach? Well, in 2012, a study called Making the Difference, the Impact of Big Brothers and Big Sisters of America, found that those with a mentor, those with a coach in their lives, were 5 times more likely to complete a project once they had started it. So if you think back on your life to those things that you started either in a relationship or a work project or anything that you just, life got in the way, you weren't able to complete it. If you'd have had a mentor in your life, a one-on-one coach, you'd have been 5 times more likely to complete that task. So think about that and where you could be in your life to where you are now, how a coach can help you bridge that gap. In 1997, a study by the Public Personnel Management System stated that training increased by 22% someone's productivity. So what I'm doing to you right now is training. You're going to be 22% better at understanding what a coach does for you in your life when you leave this room. However, if we sat down one-on-one and I gave you that one-on-one time to explain how a coach can help you in your life, 88% more productive. So if you think the training you get at any Verizon managerial conference increases your productivity by 22%, think of what kind of return that gets you on your end-of-year review, your performance evaluation. With a one-on-one time with a coach, you get an 88% increase. You think that would help you in your career path? Perhaps. Coaches come in all types of flavors. They're the Baskin-Robbins, the colors of the rainbow. Whatever you're trying to accomplish in your life, there's a coach out there that can help you make it happen. Let's say that you're in a career transition. You're maybe trying to move into a new industry. There are career coaches out there that have walked that path before you, that know the ins and outs of the system of the industry you're trying to get into. You can rely on those coaches so that you don't have to stumble on every rock or root in the trail. You can bypass the people that have just as much experience as you and just as much time in their jobs as you. You can speed ahead of them with the help of a coach. Let's say you are having trouble in your life igniting your passion or finding your purpose. There are coaches out there that specialize in helping you do just that, so that you can find whatever it is you're meant to do in your life. That really gives you a fire, so that when you get out of bed in the morning, you hop out. You don't just crawl out. You're ready to tackle the day. There are coaches that can help you with your financial needs. Coaches that can help you with your retirement, your savings, your investment goals. Each one of those things, there are coaches that specialize in helping you make the most of your investment. There's no reason you shouldn't be relying on people that have spent decades in that industry trying to accomplish those things. So why should you use a coach? Well, they've walked the path before you. They can shorten your learning curve. Have you ever confided in a friend who gives you really great advice, but yet they were a blabbermouth? 10 seconds later, it was a Facebook post. Coaches will not do that. Their careers rely on the confidentiality between themselves and their clients. That's you. So you can trust that whatever you say will be kept confidential. And you probably know someone who's used a coach. If you'd like to actually find one, put a post out there on Facebook. Find someone, one of your friends, I guarantee, has used a coach in some aspect in their life. If you go to a seminar that specializes in financial planning or life planning or career transition, the person speaking probably offers one-on-one services. You should engage them as a coach. Figure out if you can afford the offer that they have, or find a book that they've written. Coaches can come in book form, in-person form is the best, but you can get it a lot of different ways. And so finally, you might be saying to yourself, Shawn, that's all good and well, but I've worked so hard in my life to get to this point. I'm ready to relax. I'm ready to coast for a while. Why do I need a coach, man? Well, Zig Ziglar, who's a very famous coach, he said that if you're coasting in life, you can only physically do it in one direction. And that's downhill. So if you want to get better, if you want to go on that path of purpose and performance that reaches you into the sky and to get your goals, I recommend that you use a coach. Because as Zig says, when you are not coasting, when you're not going downhill, when you're on the up and up, he and I and your coach will see you at the top. Thank you.